Welcome back, my friends, and this is the finale to the tournament I've been posting for my Pokemon Go Discord. That is basically a tournament that only Pokemon that are obtainable pre-Elite 4 are allowed. For more information, see the previous videos. But yeah, this is the final match against IVpips. This is actually the third match in a row because I won the winners bracket, then he came back and beat me, having won in the losers bracket. As I said before, this is a double elimination tournament, and this is the last match. Now, it's a very interesting matchup. He doesn't have any Pokemon on his team that can block my Volt Switching or my kommo-o move. However, he has a very strong defensive core, including Skarmory, Blissey, and a Mega Venusaur that my team really has no way to touch. So it's was a rough matchup. I got the first match kind of, because I was able to bluff the kommo-o against his Blissey, but I only worked once, and now he knows my team, and we're intimately familiar with each other's team. It's going to be a rough game. So let's go ahead and get started. He's going to go ahead and leave with Espeon this time, knowing that he has Magic Bounce, and this is the first time he's really led with the Espeon or even tried to seem to use the Magic Bounce ability, but I cannot set up against this guy, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Araquanid. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball, which I guess he was maybe predicting my incoming Decidueye, not sure, but Shadow Ball is not the strongest move he could have used against Araquanid, and it's going to go ahead and scare that guy away with the threat of Leech Life, which I decided to go for this time. You might recall in the previous match, I actually went for a Sticky Web against the Espeon, thinking that he would switch out. This time, I thought that he might try to call my bluff and stay in, but no, he's just going to go ahead and go out into his Skarmory. I'm thinking that Espeon is choice in some way, probably Specs if I had to guess, but it very well could be Scarf. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my Manectric against this Skarmory, as he just goes for a Brave Bird, which is advantage me, because I'm going to be able to resist that, although I don't get the Intimidate quite yet until I Mega Evolve. But still take that pretty well. So I believe I Mega Evolve and just go for the Volt Switch, knowing he's not going to want to stay with Skarmory. He has no way to block this, and he's probably just going to go out into Blissey. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and just go for that Volt Switch and try to get a Pokemon in I want to. Now, I'm just going to go into my kommo-o again, and as you guys recall, if you watched the previous two battles, I am a only special kommo-o. In the first battle, I was able to get off the kommo-o by forcing the switch here on the Blissey. This time he knows that I only have special moves, but I know I can still do quite a bit of damage here with Focus Blast, so I'm just going to go for that. He's going to go into a Skarmory predicting my Z move, and obviously wanting to get the resistance, but this was excellent for me because Focus Blast is going to nail the Skarmory, get it down to red HP, and or yellow HP. He's going to have a hard time setting up his Stealth Rocks now. And then I decided to go for the kommo-o, and this was a dangerous switch-in for him going into Venusaur, because I could have very easily went for a Flamethrower just to finish off the Skarm, and that would have obviously had super effective damage on the Venusaur, but instead, I decided to go for the kommo-o, the Clangor Soul Blade, knowing that it was probably low enough on the Skarmory that I'd be able to kill it, and not to mention get my boosts. So I decided to set off my Z move, and this was a really bad switch-in for him. I think it was his biggest mistake of the battle, and yeah, he's going to absolutely get crippled by my Z move, and obviously he hasn't Mega Evolved yet, so he hasn't gotten some of his defense increases, so he's going to take a lot of damage from that. He can't afford to stay in and obviously just die. He's going to protect a Flamethrower here, going out into Arcanine. It's a good play. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a way to reliably hurt this Arcanine because it's immune to Flamethrower, and Focus Blast can miss, but I have to pretty much go for Focus Blast. I don't want to go for the Clanging Scales because it does reduce my defense by one stage, and I know that he has Weavile, so I'm going to be able just to kill that thing. Thankfully, I do hit, so that's pretty nice, but he is able to get a hit off before dying to his Life Orb, and thankfully, I don't have the -1 defense this time, so I still have +1 defense from my Z move, so I'm able to actually live an Ice Shard and take out this Weavile as well. So this is what I needed. If you recall in the first battle, I got off kind of a rampage with kommo-o, and this battle I was able to do the same thanks to not missing Focus Blast. I missed Focus Blast twice in the second battle, which I think definitely hurt me, and this time I'm going to be able to actually hit with another Focus Blast, and you can just see how much that's going to do to Blissey. It's pretty awesome to be able to hit Blissey with a special move that hard. Unfortunately, this Blissey did have a lot of HP remaining, so the Focus Blast isn't able to quite take it out. However, it's going to cripple it, and yeah, that's pretty cool too. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks, hoping that he doesn't go into Espeon. I figured he just wanted to go for the softball to get Blissy's HP back. I could have went for a Braver to try to take this guy out, but I decided to set up Stealth Rocks, and that is a choice I'm going to have to live with because now this Blissey is back to nearly full HP. So he's just going to go ahead and Seismic Toss my Skarm as I decide to actually Whirlwind. I think I was predicting maybe a switch, not sure, but now he is going to get force switched into his Espeon, who of course takes Stealth Rock damage, and yeah, I really don't want to keep Skarmory in against a powerful, well, actually, apparently I do stay in because I want to hit him with a Brave Bird to hurt this guy. So he's going to go ahead and Trick now, which is interesting to reveal. I went for the Roost to try to get HP back, seeing what he would do to me. That's what I do, and now I locked myself into Leftovers, I think. Or sorry, Roost, I think. So, yeah, that's not great, and Choice Specs obviously is not going to make my Skarmory very happy. But I decided to go into my Decidueye. He's going to predict that going for a Shadow Ball, unfortunately for me. And, yeah, that was probably something I shouldn't have done. I do take the Shadow Ball, but I won't be able to take another. I do have the Scarf, and I know I can outspeed. I decided just to go for the U-turn. It's super effective, and if he does switch out, it'll let me see what he goes into. And I end up doing a lot of damage there due to being an Adamant Decidueye. With a super effective move, and that's pretty cool because it's going to really, really hurt the Espeon. And the Espeon is now in yellow health after the Leftovers he stole from me. But my Araquanid is still looking pretty nice, and I believe I do try to kill it here. And yeah, I try to go once again for the Leech Life. So, no, I go for the Liquidation. Okay, sure, why not? I guess I don't remember why I was going for the Liquidation instead of the Leech Life. But either way, it's going to actually do some nice damage here to the Blissey. I don't think I can outspeed the Blissey, though, without my Sticky Webs up. But he's going to go ahead and switch out here back into the Espeon, which was a really excellent play. I was trying to get greedy here, going for the Sticky Web, and this is going to be his best play of the match. Bouncing back my Sticky Webs back onto my team. And, yeah, that really blows. I could go ahead and maybe defog with my Decidueye, but that would get rid of the Stealth Rocks I previously set up. And I was not considering that he could go back in the Espeon. He was kind of playing cautiously with the Espeon pretty much the whole game, but this time he pretty much unleashed Espeon with that double switch there from Blissey back into his Espeon to, yeah, get the Sticky Web set up on me. So in comes his Venusaur. It's going to be able to come back in, and unfortunately Araquanid is really slow, so I'm not going to be able to prevent this guy from using Synthesis. I was really hoping, but unfortunately, because I was unable to get the Sticky Web on his team, he's now going to come in faster, because that's one of the reasons I really wanted to get the Sticky Web set up, is to make sure that this Venusaur can't come in, outspeed something, and obviously go for the Synthesis. But because he was able to bounce them back, this Venusaur is able to get his HP back, so part of my kommo-o Rampage is now starting to be negated with the Blissey being able to come in again and heal up, and this Venusaur being able to come in and heal up. Now, he has no way to obviously stop the Sticky Web again, so I'm just going to go ahead and set it up. I figure that, okay, if I set up on his team, then it's pretty much going to be a push. At the very least, he's going to also face speed drops, and I'm going to face speed drops. So I'm just going to come back down to regular speed, except when it comes to, obviously, Skarmory, who is immune to that sort of thing. So Skarmory now becomes kind of the fastest thing on the field. Now, I'm not 100% sure who outspeeds here between Mega Venusaur without a speed drop or me. So I'm just going to go to my Skarm. I decided to just go for the Brave Bird to get damage, and he's going to outspeed me, which isn't good, because obviously, though I did have the the Sticky Webs on his side, this Venusaur came out before that point, so this Venusaur now can kind of outspeed anything it wants, because I'm going to be facing Sticky Webs on my side of the field. I think my Mega Manectric might be able to outspeed this Venusaur, even with the speed drop, but we'll see. He's going to go for another Hidden Power Fire to try to finish off my Skarm. It doesn't do much to my Manectric, but it does enough that it's annoying. I decided to go for the Overheat, hoping to be able to take out the Mega Venusaur, but it doesn't do as much as I recall it doing in the past. I guess it was just a little too much health. It's going to go down to a little bit of HP. As you can see, though, I do get the outspeed, even though I have the Sticky Web, so that shows you how fast Mega Manectric is. And I'm just going to go into Porygon 2 now, because I really do not want to take a hit on my Manectric. So I need to wither down this Venusaur again. It's come down to this. Like I said, the only way I have to super effect Venusaur is a Brave Bird. But I knew from the first battle that this was not a bad matchup for me either. The Porygon 2 against the Venusaur. Now, obviously, all I have to hurt is Ice Beam. It's not... it's technically super effective, but not in practice, because Thick Fat pretty much negates his weakness to it. But what it does have is a 10% chance to freeze, and I can wither it down, I believe, because my recover has 16 PP after a PP max. The most it can have on Synthesis is 8. So I do have more recovery than this Mega Venusaur. I can recover more times. He does have Giga Drain, which will help offset that. But I'm hoping, and I know he's hoping, obviously, for a poison on my Porygon too with that Sludge Bomb. It's a 30% chance. But at the same time, the freeze would pretty much end the battle for me, or for him. Well, end this Venusaur, hopefully. And that's a 10% chance to get it off an Ice Beam. So I'm just kind of hoping if I can get the, the Ice Beam off, that's great. If I can get the freeze on the Venusaur eventually, that's great. And obviously that would really help. But if not, at the very least, I still have more reliable recovery. No, he is also dealing more damage with his Sludge Bomb than I am with Ice Beam. But anything I can do to pretty much force him to use Synthesis is going to help in the long run. Because as soon as this guy runs out of Synthesis PP, it's going to obviously go down pretty quickly. It can only really stall out my team, but it can't really I can't really do much damage to Porygon 2 either. So I'm just going to keep going for those Ice Beams. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a Poison yet. I'm getting pretty lucky with the Sludge Bomb not proccing me. And I go for another Ice Beam, and I get the Freeze. So I wasn't expecting a Freeze this early, but I definitely wanted one. So that's what I was going for, and it feels really good that I finally got one. He's going to go ahead and switch it out. He still has Blissey, I believe, which can cure the Freeze because it has Heal Bell. But I'm just going to go into my Skarmory against his Skarmory, and this is an interesting matchup because I'm not entirely sure I can kill him with a Brave Bird. Plus, he outspeeds me, so it is a speed tie. We saw my Skarm outspeed his Skarm. Oh, no, wait. I just go for a Whirlwind. That's why he outspeeds me. And I Whirlwind him out into Blueberry again, which is frozen, and it's going to take more Stealth Rock damage, and obviously Sticky Web stuff. And I believe I just go for a Brave Bird trying to kill this. No, I switch out. I pivot into Araquanid. Why did I do that? Maybe I thought he was going to switch out, but the obvious switch would be his own Scarm, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm thinking here. Yeah, he goes out into his own Scarm as I go into my Araquanid. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. But, yeah, I'm in on Araquanid now. And I don't remember. Do I just go for a Liquidation? No, he's just going to go for a Brave Bird to kill me, which I'm actually okay with because it's going to do some, serious recoil to his Skarmory. So his Skarmory is going to take some damage there, and now is at half HP. And I still have, obviously, Mega Manectric, who should be able to outspeed and threaten this guy away. So by sacking Araquanid there, it gives me a free switch here into my Manectric. And I believe his Blissey actually is kind of low on HP, so it's going to be hard for him to go back into it. And I'm just going to go ahead and Volt Switch. It's going to kill the Skarmory, so that's pretty strong. And I know I can go back into my own Scarm now that I can go into Decidueye too, I guess. I decided to go into Decidueye. Why do I do that? Oh, because Decidueye can also hit hard with a, a physical move. He is going to try to go into Blissey. This does have Heal Bell, but after the Stealth Rocks, he's down to red HP. And I'm just going to go for a Leaf Blade, my strongest physical move. He has really no chance to live this. And at this point, all he has left is that Frozen Venusaur, which I do kind of give him a chance. No, I think I just stay in and try to go for the Leaf Blade again. It is X4 resisted, I believe. But do I switch out? No, I did try to go for the Leaf Blade. He could obviously Thaw here. It's a 20% chance to Thaw each turn. But I do outspeed, and I'm able to kill with the X4 resisted Leaf Blade regardless. But either way, great game there, IVpips. I'm going to be able to win the tournament. Woohoo! But really good trilogy of battles there, and could have gone either way. And I think both of us made some good and some bad plays. So today's question of the day is going to be this. Now that we are reaching the end of the year, let's try to take a look back and leave a comment about what your favorite game of 2017 is. So any game that's released, that was released in 2017 is fair game. As for me, I probably spent the most time with Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, personally, but I'm going to have to give a shout out to Night in the Woods, which is a kind of an indie, it's an indie story-driven game that I really enjoyed. I can't really think of anything else on the top of my head. I think there was some games that obviously I did enjoy here in 2017, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank now. A lot of them I was looking back that I was playing this past year, and they technically came out in 2016. And I was trying to look back here and everything, thought of this question of the day, and I can't really find anything from 2017, but I'm sure there is others. But yeah, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.